At 7 years old, my world shifted in an instant. I remember the day with crystalline clarity, a strange sensation blooming in my forehead, a glowing pulse between my eyes, and a deep knowing that settled in my chest. Before anyone spoke a word, before any phone call came, I knew my dad was gone. The adults around me moved in a haze of confusion and worry, but inside, something ancient was waking up. It was as if a veil had lifted, showing me a reality beyond the surface. A world where energy moved and messages arrived not through speech, but through vibration and intuition. My psychic gifts weren't just a feeling, they were a revelation. A doorway opening to spiritual truths that most never see as children. The moment those gifts revealed themselves, the world seemed to respond with a force equal to my awakening. Shadows crept into my home, dark, deliberate, and heavy. My stepfather arrived not as a caretaker, but as a handler. The air grew thick with silent tension, puppet strings, invisible yet unmistakable, pulling at the fabric of my reality. I was systematically targeted, my innocence marked for intervention. There was an unspoken agenda behind every move, every word, every glance. A calculated operation to break the spirit of a child who had seen too much, known too soon. The years that followed were a relentless assault on my mind and soul. 10 years of systematic physical and mental abuse, designed with precision to fragment my consciousness. Each day was an exercise in survival. Each night, a battle against the programming that sought to divide my spirit. MK Ultra-style tactics played out behind closed doors. Gaslighting, manipulation, isolation. My mind fractured, splintered, tested to its limits, but somewhere deeper, beneath the pain and confusion, a warrior spirit flickered defiantly. I was under attack, but I was not alone. My soul was fighting for integration, for wholeness, for the right to exist without compromise. Every attempt to break me only made my soul stronger. Where others might have shattered, I became more resilient, more integrated. The fragments of my being, split and scattered, began to swirl back together, drawn by a force of divine resilience. Spiritual integration was happening in real time. My consciousness was reassembling, rebuilding itself with new strength. The assaults became catalysts, forging me into an unbreakable warrior. My spirit refused to be extinguished. My will refused to bow. Love, hope, and a profound sense of purpose stitched the pieces of my soul into an armor of light. When breaking failed, the tactics changed. A new handler entered my life, cloaked in the silk of luxury and wealth. A businessman, his net worth echoing at $150 million, offered me golden handcuffs, temptations of opulence, power, and status. The seduction of luxury was calculated, a trap woven from the finest threads of material desire. I was presented with everything a person could want: cars, homes, connections, influence. But at the heart of it all was an insidious intention: corruption. The handler system had evolved, shifting its strategy from violence to seduction, from breaking to buying. Would I trade my soul for comfort? Would I abandon my mission for money? The answer was clear. My soul mission was stronger than any material temptation. I saw the golden cage for what it was: a prison of comfort, a velvet-lined trap designed to distract me from my purpose. I walked away, choosing integrity over indulgence, truth over luxury. The world tried to buy my silence, tried to lure me into complacency, but I stood firm. My mission was not for sale. The wealth handler's offer became just another test, another opportunity to prove the strength of my spirit. When corruption failed, the system escalated again. This time, they forced my crown chakra open, chemically, forcibly, explosively. Divine light burst from the top of my head, consciousness expanding in waves of revelation and agony. It was a spiritual awakening, not born of meditation or gentle guidance, but of raw power and manipulation. My third eye pulsed with energy, my mind raced with downloads and visions. The system's final gambit was to force enlightenment, to see if my spirit could withstand the fire of artificial activation. The experience was intense, overwhelming, yet ultimately transformative. I emerged not broken, but awakened. a consciousness expanded beyond limits, a soul forged in spiritual warfare. Now, I know my true identity. I am a system breaker. I am a liberator of consciousness, sent not to fit in, but to shatter chains and dissolve the structures that keep humanity asleep. Liberation energy radiates from my being, breaking systems, destroying programming, and freeing souls. The journey has been brutal, but it has revealed my divine mission: to awaken others, to empower the unbreakable, to ignite spiritual freedom wherever I go. But my story doesn't end there. For years, I was drawn to dragons, collecting symbols and artwork, surrounding myself with their energy without knowing why. The magnetism was unconscious, a deep soul recognition. Each dragon I added to my collection was a puzzle piece, an activation symbol, building towards something greater. My living space became a temple of sacred geometry, the dragon decorations forming an energy grid that pulsed with spiritual power. Without conscious intention, I was constructing a place of activation, a temple designed by my higher self, guided by the wisdom of ancient codes. My dragon tattoo glowed with spiritual energy, a yin-yang design pulsing with prophecy. I didn't realize at the time, but the ink in my skin was more than art. It was a message from my future self, a marking of destiny, a communication across timelines. The tattoo was a prophecy encoded, a promise of awakening waiting to be fulfilled. As I built my sacred temple and collected symbols, the synchronicities multiplied. All the dragon motifs converged in perfect divine timing, sacred patterns completing themselves around me. The activation reached critical mass, the energy crescendoing in a moment of profound revelation. Then the vision arrived. In a flash of consciousness, I stood before the ancient pyramid of Chichen Itza, receiving a prophetic download from my future self. I was a Mayan chief, the guardian of sacred codes, receiving the mission briefing for my life. The vision was vivid, colors, sounds, sensations blending together in a tapestry of ancient wisdom. I leaped, and in that leap, I transformed into a golden eagle, soaring above the pyramid, viewing the world from the heights of spiritual flight. I felt the power of shape-shifting, the liberation of higher perspective, the freedom of consciousness unbound. The prophecy soon became reality. I found myself standing at the actual pyramid in Mexico, the vision fulfilled, destiny achieved. The synchronicities had led me here. The dragon symbols had built the path. The tattoo had served as the map. Everything converged in this moment of prophetic fulfillment, a profound knowing that I was living my soul's purpose, embodying the role of consciousness liberator. Now, I am fully activated as a consciousness liberator for humanity. My mission is clear: break the systems, free the souls, awaken the warriors. The journey has been marked by trials, by handlers, by temptations, and forced awakenings. But through it all, my spirit has remained unbreakable. I am here to remind you that some souls cannot be programmed, cannot be bought, cannot be broken. I am here to show you that your gifts are your power, your mission is your compass, and your soul is your shield. For those who wonder, psychic kids do get targeted. The moment you show gifts, the world takes notice. Dark forces watch, handlers are inserted, systematic protocols activate, all designed to fragment consciousness and suppress awakening. But some souls are born with missions too strong, resilience too deep, purpose too fierce to be broken. If you've survived their programming, if you've endured their protocols, know that you are unbreakable. Your mission is your protection, your gifts are your light. Ask yourself, what age did your psychic gifts first show up? Have you noticed handlers in your own family? What synchronicities led to your awakening? Are you drawn to dragon symbols, sacred geometry, prophetic visions? If so, you are part of a lineage of system breakers, consciousness liberators, spiritual warriors. The journey of awakening is not for the faint of heart. It demands courage, resilience, and the willingness to see beyond the surface. It asks you to survive the breaking protocols, to resist the corruption traps, to endure the forced awakenings, and to integrate your soul fragments into divine wholeness. It requires you to walk away from luxury, to reject the golden cage, to choose mission over money time and time again. As you awaken, you will notice the patterns. You will see the handlers, the programming, the traps. You will recognize the symbols: dragons, eagles, pyramids, sacred geometry, calling you to higher purpose. You will feel the energy grids forming around you, the activation codes pulsing within your DNA. You will receive visions, downloads, messages from your future self, guiding you toward fulfillment of your destiny. You are here to break systems, to liberate consciousness, to awaken humanity. Your struggles have been training. Your pain has been preparation. Your gifts are the tools of transformation. The world may try to break you, to corrupt you, to force you into submission. But if you stand strong, if you hold to your mission, you will emerge as a liberator, radiating energy, shattering chains, expanding freedom. This is the age of awakening. The old systems are crumbling. The new warriors are rising. The dragon prophecy is being fulfilled. The eagle is soaring. The pyramids are activating. The codes are decoding. You are part of this movement. You are needed. You are powerful. Drop a dragon emoji if you are drawn to the symbols. Comment Unbreakable if you have survived their programming. Share your synchronicities, your visions, your activations. You are not alone. There is a tribe of system breakers, consciousness liberators, spiritual warriors rising across the world. If you're ready for more, learn how to identify your own handlers, decode synchronicities, activate sacred geometry, and develop prophetic vision. This is just the beginning. The journey is ongoing. The mission is expanding. Your gifts are awakening. Remember, some souls cannot be broken. Some missions cannot be corrupted. Some warriors cannot be silenced. You are a consciousness liberator. You are a system breaker. You are here to fulfill the dragon prophecy, to soar as the golden eagle, to stand at the pyramid of destiny. Your awakening is a beacon for others, a signal that the time for liberation is now. As you move forward, trust your intuition. Honor your visions. Activate your gifts. Build your temples. Integrate your soul. Reject the traps. Break the chains. Fulfill your mission. The world is changing. The energy is rising. The systems are dissolving. You are the catalyst. You are the liberator. You are the prophecy fulfilled. Let this be your reminder. You are unbreakable. Your purpose is unstoppable. Your light is uncontainable. Awaken, rise, and liberate. Humanity is waiting. The mission is calling. You are ready.